Hey, what's up, guys and girls? Jesse Daly here in the Caribbean. I hold a certificate in weather forecasting from Pennsylvania State University. My friends over in southern Mexico and Central America, we have a potentially serious situation going on that I want to update you on right now. As of 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday, June 16th, the National Hurricane Center has identified potential tropical cyclone 5-E, which is expected to intensify quickly into Tropical Storm and eventual Hurricane Erick. It is expected to bring impacts along the areas of Central America and eventually southern Mexico later this week. My friends, this could be a dangerous situation in terms of the potential or the potential impacts and key messages for this cyclone. I'm going to show you here 3 p.m. again Central Standard Time. The disturbance is expected to become a tropical storm on Tuesday and quickly strengthen to a hurricane by Wednesday as it approaches southern Mexico. Hurricane watches will likely be required for portions of southern Mexico tonight or early Tuesday. Again, tonight is Monday night East Coast time. No alerts or advisories have been issued yet, but that will likely change. The system will likely produce heavy rainfall across portions of Central America and southern Mexico through the week. Life-threatening flooding and mudslides are possible, especially in areas of steep terrain. Now, how strong is this system going to get? Well, that's a great question, and I'm going to show you right now what the National Hurricane Center believes, at least as of Monday night. It appears that the National Hurricane Center has given this system the potential of reaching around 90-mile-per-hour winds as it moves towards southern Mexico. However, this system, which I'm just going to call Erick because it is going to, it's expected to develop very quickly into Tropical Storm and Hurricane Erick. Erick is in an area of very warm sea surface temperatures. It could certainly strengthen further than this. It's important. The National Hurricane Center often says, don't focus on the category of a storm, focus on the impacts, because even the best forecasters can sometimes get it wrong. Just for an example here, it actually mentions in the same update from the National Hurricane Center at 3 p.m. that maximum sustained winds are near 35 miles per hour with higher gusts, but rapid strengthening is forecast in the next few days. So it could get stronger than that 90 mile per hour threshold. Really important to keep that in mind. As of right now, we are looking at the possibility of heavy rainfall, of course, wind and swells generated along the coastlines here. Rip currents are really dangerous, my friends. Don't go in the water. Don't try to surf this. Stay out of the water. Here we are looking at an infrared image of the cloud tops. Okay, this is Central America, southern Mexico up here in this image here where you see the landfall. Where you're looking at areas of like the dark black colors and some of like even the pink colors, those are very high cloud tops that the satellites are measuring the temperature of the tops of the clouds. The darker the colors there, the higher the cloud tops, typically indicating that thunderstorms are strong, built very high up into the atmosphere. So that's what we look for when we're looking at intensification. Right now, it looks a little bit disorganized. We can definitely see that circulation starting to come together here. So again, it's in a very it's an area very conducive for further development. So my friends, if you are in the area of southern Mexico and Central America, please, please, please take this one seriously. I will be updating everyone again tomorrow when the Climate Prediction Center releases their weekly Global Tropics Hazards Outlook, and I'll give another update on what's happening. At that point, it will likely be a named storm. It will be named Erick, the fifth storm of the Eastern Pacific hurricane season in 2025. I'm going to quickly, before I let you go, show you a a run of the global forecast system, courtesy again of tropicaltidbits.com. This was initialized at 18 Zulu time, 18 Universal Time Coordinated. That translates to 2 p.m. East Coast time, or Atlantic Standard Time, which I am currently on. I'm in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now, the GFS, Global Forecast System, is definitely showing something develop. Erick developed off the coast of Mexico here. We're now into June 21st. High pressure is dominating. It's been dominating here in the Atlantic and Caribbean. We're getting good breeze from that, but it's also helping to, just keep things pretty quiet. However, the Western Atlantic, I've said this like I don't know how many times. I apologize. I've said it so many times. The global forecast system keeps trying to develop something in the Western Caribbean and move it into the Gulf. And yet again, here we go. July 1st, it develops something, moves it in to the Gulf here by July 2nd. The timing has been different throughout the last couple of weeks on the global forecast system in the Atlantic Basin for anything developing, but it really is showing that something is possible to develop. Now, the very last thing that I want to show you is just a very quick look at the hang on, here we go here. I'm doing this in real time. I want to show you a look at the Atlantic Basin. Again, no cyclonic development expected from the National Hurricane Center in the next 7 days, so that's good news, of course. We will have some tropical waves, by the way, moving across our area here in the Caribbean, but nothing too serious at this point. Again, Eastern Pacific is a very different story, as we can, of course, see. Potential Tropical Cyclone Five-E is already, on its way to strengthening into the 5th named storm, which will be Erick, and it could, again, it could be strong. So I'm going to keep you posted on what's happening here, and I will be sure to keep you updated on both the Atlantic and Pacific basins. If you enjoyed this video, my friends, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, and I just, honestly, my goal is to help people to stay informed. I have a friend here, it's an elderly friend who asked me today, hey Jesse, is there any hurricanes coming? And you could tell that, this person was scared, and it's understandable. Hurricanes are scary, but I always say, don't be scared, be prepared. Okay, so while we're not seeing anything in the Atlantic Basin right now, that can, of course, change very quickly. And our friends over in Central America, Mexico, they're already seeing that things can change quickly and are already dealing with a potential hurricane later this week around Thursday. So, my friends, hit that subscribe button, please, if you wouldn't mind. And as always, I will keep an eye on the tropical skies come rain or shine.